Hey, happy day. A fella wrote a letter into the Calgary Herald in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. I want to read it to you. It's kind of cool. Today's show is all about Russia and the Ukraine, and this fits in perfectly. His name is Barry Jackson, and he wrote this. Russia shifts the spotlight in energy debate to security of supply. This was March 2, 2022. The news that the Canadian government is going to target Russia's energy sector could be the deciding factor that forces Putin to end his invasion of the Ukraine. The Russian economy is almost totally dependent on the energy sector, and if the Trudeau government can destroy it, like they did the Canadian energy sector, it will bring Putin to his knees. The Canadian government is a perfect entity to deal with this situation. It can use its experience having dismantled what is probably the most efficient, effective, and environmentally friendly energy sector in the entire world to collapse the Russian economy and hence their war machine. I'm sure that Putin is having a hard time sleeping knowing that the Trudeau oil industry hit team is on his case. That's well said, Barry. That pretty much covers it. Wow. Okay, Trudeau, he recently announced this, though he said, I'm going to ban the oil coming out of Russia. That's a big deal, right? So he thinks, so he says. But, hey, he didn't say it all because he didn't include refined products like gasoline, diesel, or natural gas. He still brings that stuff in. Wow, he can't even complete a sentence, that guy. Bad. And then you have Harris, the vice president. She's another laughing person, right? It's all she does is laugh. Whenever she doesn't have something important to say or when she can't think, she laughs. So she's always laughing. She was in Poland talking about the Ukraine and Russia, and what did she do? She broke out into laughter. I don't know. That's just scary stuff. She should kind of stay home. Now we have a poll in Canada. 4 out of 5 Canadians support this plan to bring in unlimited numbers of Ukrainian refugees. I think that would be great. Trudeau, he won't go with that, though, because they're white and they're hardworking people. He doesn't like that kind of stuff, and he wants to change the color makeup of Canada, and he's already done that. You go into a lot of cities, and it's no longer like it used to be. Is that good? Is it bad? I don't know that, but I do know one thing. Nobody asked you. If you're a white Canadian, you've lived there a long time, nobody asked you. They just kind of do what they do, and they assume that everybody's going to go along with it, and you have to, by force or whatever. So is this good to bring in a whole bunch of people from the Ukraine? I think it is, and not because of color, truly not, but because the country needs them, needs hardworking people. And whatever, 4 out of 5 people say that. So I spoke to a lot of these people, and I said, why? And they said, we'd like to have a little restoration of our color makeup. That's what people said. Everyone's a racist and a bigot. Come on, I'm telling you what people said. That is what they said. Now, we have Prime Minister Trudeau, he's the Prime Minister, Foreign Affairs Minister and Defense Minister, and several other people in government in Canada now have been banned from Russia. That's really unfortunate because I was certainly hoping that Trudeau in particular, would immigrate to Russia. That would have been nice. They took a poll recently and said, hey, have you had to fight? Kind of like the Ukrainian people, they're fighting, boomity boom, they're taking up arms, and they're fighting the Russians to protect their homeland. Would you? That question's been asked in the poll recently to Democrats, and they broke it down, and to Republicans, and the large majority of Republicans said, we'll stay, we'll fight, and the largest majority, of course, of Democrats said, we won't stay, we'll run. That wasn't very nice, and 52% of Democrats said that they would run away, and I think it was like 8% or 9% or something like that, depends on the poll, there's been a few like this, of Republicans said they would run away. Another poll shows upwards to 85% of Democrats saying, we're going to flee now, not going to stay and fight. What does that tell you? Hey, y'all come back. Day after tomorrow. Going to have more for you from the right. See ya.